Welcome to No Facts Needed, and today we're going to be talking about the NFL Top 100 list and how we have to fix it and make our own list. Number 60, Rob Gronkowski, the Bucs tight end.
He's been gone for a year, and I still have him on the list. That just says how good he is. And he's just a devastating presence, like, honestly. Even if he's not as good as he used to be, which he's not, he's coming back after a year off, which honestly might be a good thing for him. You know, he's just kind of weird like that. When he's healthy, he does everything. Like, literally, he's a tank. He catches anything and everything. As a blocker, he moves people off the line like not a lot of tight ends do. And, yeah, he's never been like the fastest guy. But, I mean, you just say Gronk and people know who you're talking about.
Next guy, number 59, the running back for the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Mixon.
I feel like if Joe Mixon was on a team that wasn't so bad, he would get a lot more recognition because, like, since he's come into the league, he's been putting up numbers.
For sure.
And in terms of, like, yards per carry, every year he's up there. In terms of, like, supporting cast, he's always had a trash supporting cast since the moment he came into the league. But, like, last year there were games where he was their only shining light. He was their only hope in even, like, getting positive yardage. And he put up a fight, honestly. He did the absolute best that he could. I know he got off to a slow start, but down the line, down towards the end of this season, I mean, he even had a great game against the New England Patriots.
Next guy, number 58, linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings, Eric Kendricks. They ranked him as the 83rd best player in the NFL.
All-pro from last year. Eric Kendricks continues to be one of the best linebackers in the league. He does everything for the Vikings on the defensive side of the ball. He plays pass coverage very, very well. In the run game, also, he's a major player, forcing fumbles, incompletions, and just, doing everything that you need from a Mike linebacker in the NFL in 2020.
Yep. All right, number 57, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, number 1 wide receiver, Mike Evans. They had him ranked 30th.
Every year, he's up there in like the top 5 to 7 receivers, one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, contested catches, I don't know if there's too many players better than him. He's got everything in his arsenal. Outside of like a hamstring, I don't know who can stop him. And when he gets the ball in his hands, he's big and strong, will throw you off of him. And I think we really saw last year Jameis was just like closing his eyes, pulling a Phil Rivers, chuck it up to Mike.
Yeah.
And it actually worked like most of the time. So, I can't wait to see him with Tom Brady. I don't know if he's going to be more productive, but he's still just as great of a weapon.
Yeah. So number 56, the safety for the Ravens, Earl Thomas III, ranked 75th by the NFL.
Kind of like I've been saying with a lot of these free safeties, the difference maker is when you're not just like a center fielder who's going to run all around and, tip a pass every now and then. Earl can do that, obviously, even though he's kind of getting up there in age. He hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. And then he also comes down into the box. He could play either safety position if he really needed to. And he's a big physical presence. He can make forced fumbles.
55, D tackle for the Green Bay Packers, 6'3", 315, big old boy, Kenny Clark, unranked.
Yeah, I think Kenny Clark is really, really underrated. I mean, the guy is a great run stuffer, first and foremost. That's where he makes his money. But then he's really developed as a pass rusher in the last few years, getting to the quarterback. Part of the reason why that Green Bay Packers defense was so good last year. And, I think it's really showing all his development before then is kind of accumulating along with the rest of this defense, which is finally like a major key for the Packers now.
Yeah.
And, Kenny Clark, I think he deserves a lot of credit for that because, he's taking up space in the middle and he's not just, a run stuffer. He's also making plays in the run game. He gets a lot of tackles from the defensive tackle position.
Number 54, defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones once called him a war daddy. DeMarcus Lawrence, also known as D-Law. He was unranked.
Yeah. I don't know how he was unranked. D-Law, I mean, I know he was a little bit down last year in terms of like his sack numbers. But I don't think that should take away from how good he is as a player. I mean, he commands a lot of attention. And, I mean, I wouldn't say he's on like a Khalil Mack, Von Miller, Chandler Jones level of pass rusher, but he's like right in there along with like some of these other guys that we're getting ready to get into as like really, really high tier number one pass rushers.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, in terms of the run game, he's super good. He's able to like come off the edge and, you know, make plays up and down the line in the run game, game after game, even if his sack numbers aren't there.
So number 53 never took a snap last year, but still could be the best the left tackle in the NFL right now. 49ers, Trent Williams. He was unranked.
He might be the best left tackle in the league. I did dink him a little bit just because he hasn't played in a year. But last we saw, yeah, he was the best left tackle in the league. For the Washington Redskins, the man amongst boys, like straight up, as a pulling tackle in screen game, he does literally everything, and he's pretty much flawless, like in every regard.
52, 49ers corner. Big reason why they were so good last year. Richard Sherman was ranked 28.
Richard Sherman actually, like, legit was good last year. I mean, the 49ers as a whole were really productive, and he's a big reason for that. You know, he's a good press zone coverage corner, playing man as well. In zone, sometimes he can be taken advantage of, like we saw like in the Super Bowl. Every now and then he gets beat, and that's just going to happen when you're not like the best athlete in the world. But Richard Sherman really makes his money up here with his mental side. He knows a lot of the times, you know, what's coming, what he needs to do.
Number 51, the last guy on this list for this episode, Marlon Humphrey, the Ravens corner, unranked. I don't know how, but he was.
I think Marlon Humphrey is a top 5 cornerback in the league. I think he's the best cornerback on the Ravens, which I know a lot of people might disagree with. But that's just how it is, honestly. I mean, the guy virtually took Odell Beckham out of the game both times that they played Cleveland. And he can play outside, in the slot, whatever you need to do. He's so physical. And, I mean, I think we're going to be talking about him for years to come. I really, really, really like Marlon Humphrey's game.
This has been another episode of No Facts Needed. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us how you feel about our list. And if we're right, if we're wrong, just let us know. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.